What do you think keeps us from finding and creating lasting love then?
The greatest problem in finding and creating lasting love is the obvious one: I'm not worth it. And the biggest problem is people stay with the wrong person because they fear they won't ever get any better. Well, it's not really working. I invested 10 years, might as well invest another 10. It's having such low expectations that will settle for anyone. And the fear of being alone makes us hook up with the wrong person. But being alone, it's better to say, I'd rather be alone for the rest of my life than be with the wrong person. If I decide, and I did that, I was in Africa, I was in Zimbabwe, and I was staying in this honeymoon suite, and I was thinking, that's so sad. I said, I'm having a great time. I love it in here. I've got a bath, a shower. It's so romantic. And I remember thinking, if this is as good as it gets, it's okay. When I decided if I'm alone for the rest of my life, it's okay. I've got people I love, and I had a lot of love. And then the minute I made that decision, I was married 10 months later. I hadn't even met my husband then.
Is that like an internal switch where you're just like, I'm lovable no matter what, I'm not going to settle?
I'm not going to settle, and I'm very happy. And last year when I was in lockdown, someone brought these 7 feral cats that lived in my garage, and I got so much love from those cats. I was thinking, wow, when I'm 95, it's okay. I'm going to have loads and loads of little wild cats and convert them. And that's the same thing with the cats. I'd pick them up and go, I'm going to make this familiar. Every day I'd hold them for a minute, and then 2, and then 3. And I put their cat food in my hand. And I was thinking they were making being touched familiar. And after a while, they just got so used to it, because you have to make what's unfamiliar being held familiar. And I think it's always good to say, there's all kinds of love. I can have love of animals, people, maybe my church, friends. Who knows? There's always someone you can connect to, but you've got to look for connection, not disconnection. When you get to that level of, wow, there's a lot of love in the world.
Yeah.
Of course you can find love and keep it forever, but you have to believe you're worth it, and you have to believe it's available, because love is everywhere. It's all around you. But you've decided it's not for you. Nature's not going to let you have their way. And there's never one person. I don't like that expression, twin flame or trauma bonding, because I think it sends you in the wrong direction. There's only one person. And trauma doesn't bond. Many people say, we lost our child. It was so traumatic we broke up. Or our kid was sick and we broke up. Or, I got attacked, or the house got burgled and the trauma ended the relationship. So the belief that trauma bonds you together forever, I'm not sure that's a good idea. I think it might work for some people.
Right.
But you just have to think a better belief. Just decide I'm lovable. My grand used to say, every pan has its lid. So you're someone's lid, and someone is your pan. You're someone's fantasy dream come true. Someone will find you deeply lovable just the way you are. But you can't make them believe it if you don't believe it. You can't make someone believe you're worthy of love if you think, I'm not really worthy of love. One day you're going to be disappointed.
Right.
When you know you're worth it, everyone else will know it too. So we do the wrong things to get love. We try to work on our body, our education, our home. We go to the gym. We try to have stuff snipped off or injected in or waxed off. We're so busy adding stuff and getting rid of stuff to find love.
What should we be doing instead?
Telling ourselves we're lovable. The only thing you ever need to do to find love is only one thing. Convince yourself you're worthy of it until it is, because a conviction is a conviction. I'm now convinced. It's not a fleeting thought. It's an absolute conviction. And convictions come over time. So tell yourself that I'm lovable and I'm worthy of, until it is an unshakable belief.
What if we're out of integrity with our conviction? Like, I'm lovable, and but we eat poor foods consistently, we're alcoholic, we don't sleep well, we're going on bad dates and letting people abuse us. So how much of the actions and being in integrity with our word to ourselves is necessary as well?
So you're starting from I'm lovable, and I'm going to go on dates, and I want this person to say I'm lovable. But if you're eating burgers and fries and staying up all night and turning up with chipped nail varnish and dirty hair and a stained T-shirt, you're not really saying I'm lovable. You're not really saying I'm a catch. If some guy turned out with a beer all over his T-shirt and egg in his beard, you wouldn't think, oh, he's a catch, any more than a guy would think you've turned up in dirty old leggings with chipped nail varnish. So when that's abusive behavior. If you want someone to believe you're lovable, you have to believe you're lovable. First you believe it, then you start to act in a way that says, yeah, if I'm lovable, I should take myself to bed now. I don't really need to watch any more episodes of Catherine the Great tonight. I can do it at the weekend. I don't need 8 slices of pizza. I can have 1. So it goes back into the message you're sending out. When you know you're lovable, when you resonate it, you act in a different way. You're not a people pleaser. You help, you're nice. You wouldn't go, well, I have what you're having. I do what you want. I don't care. I'll go wherever you want to go. You have an opinion and you'll say, oh no, that's not my thing. I don't really like that. And I don't want to do that. I'm not going to drive for 3 hours to see you. If you're not prepared to meet me halfway, then it's not a good place to start. If I've got to pay the bill all the time, if you never ask me, how is the conversation going back and forth? Is someone listening to you? Are they transmitting or receiving? Some people just transmit. They go like a hairdryer. They go, boo, and the whole day is them talking to you, and they never ask you how you are. So, and that's not respectful. Respectful is saying, oh, you keep interrupting me. You're not asking me anything about me. I've been on a date. There's only one thing about me. And I realized I don't need to put myself through that. And if you have enough respect, you'll say, we've been talking for an hour. This is actually not a match. I wish you great success in finding love, but you're not for me and I'm not for you. And you have that sense that rather than dragging out another 6 hours,
just being nice.
I deserve better. And, again, it comes back to your needs. And in the beginning, when all my clients have what I call unmet needs. They come in and they go, I wasn't loved. I wasn't nurtured. I wasn't praised. I wasn't supported. I didn't feel safe. And when a child has an unmet need, and a baby's need is very simple. The children need to feel safe, secure, loved, connected, significant. And as we get, we need all of those. We also need you to feel proud of us. And we need to feel interesting and worthy. And if our needs aren't met at an early age, we give up the need, we give it away. And you see that in relationships so much. I've given up the need that you care about me, but I'll care about you. Or I'm giving it away. It's your job now. You're going to have to make me feel attractive, interesting, sexy, worth being with. So I'm giving my need to you.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah, a huge work. Because now you're still needy, but someone else's job is to meet your needs. And they can do it very well for a while. But then they get bored. They have their own needs.
Right.